desolate landscapes form the backdrop to Hugh Howey's post-apocalyptic novel, Wool. His dystopian tale began life as a self-published work on the web, its success bringing with it the moniker 50 Shades of Science Fiction. For once the author had been discovered by a bigger audience, the short story graduated to a worldwide bestseller.
I had no idea this thing had any potential commercially, because I wrote a short story, I self-published it, and left it to die a quiet death while I went back to my novels. And within 3 or 4 months, the little short story at 99 cents was outselling everything I'd written to that point. So my 7 or 8 novels were like, you know, what's going on with this little upstart, you know? And so I listened to the demand of the readers and started writing more stories and releasing them individually. And what's being published now is the collection into one novel.
Do you think that increasingly the route for young authors starting out will be the self-published route?
The stigma for publishers is gone. If they see a work does well, E.L. James's 50 Shades of Grey, if they see that this is what people want to read, then they'll provide it to the readers. And it used to be self-publishing was a death knell, and now it can just be the start of a journey.
What's the premise of Wool?
I think from growing up in the United States during the Cold War, I just had this idea that when everything went wrong, we'd live in bunkers underground. So in Wool, the remnants of humanity live in this silo, and it's stratified by class. And maybe 1984 and Brave New World, these other stories where it was clearly delineated, you know, where you worked and where you belonged, and the silo just formed out of these ideas, having all of what was left of mankind in a tight space, having to rely on a death for every birth. If you go outside, you die. You're not allowed to even talk about it. You're not allowed to dream about a better place. You're supposed to enjoy what you have right there.
Many readers of Wool wouldn't even consider themselves as sci-fi fans. What do you think is drawing them to the book?
I think part of it is it's still a story about characters. It's about people, and there's not technology that's any more advanced than what we have. In a lot of ways, it's simplified technology, and at the heart of the story is this wonderful female protagonist. And I love hearing from people that they don't normally read these genres, but they love this book.
The clouds were low and ominous today. They loomed like worried parents over these smaller darting eddies of windswept soil, which tumbled like laughing children, twirling and spilling, following the dips and valleys as they flowed towards a great crease where two hills collided to become one. Here, Johns watched as the puffs of dust splashed against a pair of dead bodies, the frolicking twins of dirt evaporating into ghosts, solid, playful children, returning once more to dreams and scattered mist.
Well, Ridley Scott certainly enjoyed it. He has optioned the film rights.
When I heard Ridley Scott was reading it, I was sick to my stomach. Like, just please don't hate it. And we were getting reports back that he's this far through the book and loving it. And it's just been a dream, you know. Flew me out to L.A. and the production's going forward. So we'll see if so who knows if it's still going to become a film, but they're moving forward on it.
You seem like such a happy guy to talk to. Why did you make up such a bleak world?
That's a great question. Yeah, I don't know. If you write happy, it's like news. They don't show all the good events happening during the day because no one will watch it. You know, we would turn that off. It's not what people want to escape to and be excited by. So there has to be conflict in stories. It's what propels the plot forward. And this was the darkest thing I ever wrote, and which is why I thought it wasn't marketable. And it turns out, you know, you look at what young adult readers are reading now in Hunger Games, like the darkest stuff is really doing well with readers, and maybe that says something about the world we live in. But for me, this was so outside my normal, and then I thought, okay, they want this, I'll give them more of it.